Good morning, Kitchen Witches. Today is Friday, May 22nd, and this is your tarot and meal planning inspiration for the day. I'm Chef Lisa, editor-in-chief of A Chef's Grimoire magazine, Tarot and Culinary Fusion. So we're going to pull one card, and that card is going to be not only the inspiration for the day, but also what we're going to use to plan out our menu for the day. I've been doing this technique for a few years now. It started for just myself, my family, clients that I serve, and now for the magazine. I figure we're all pulling a card anyway for the morning, right? Usually we do, just to get an atmospheric understanding of what the day is going to bring. Why not have that card do double duty and plan your meals for you too? So you're not in the car at 4 o'clock saying, what's for dinner? Or having that question over and over asked to you, just an hour before dinner time. It's the worst feeling in the world. I know it, I empathize. Okay. So we're gonna do away with that and we're gonna make it right with the tarot. So one more shuffle. What is our inspirational card for the day? And what meals will it bring to us? Ready? Oh. The Three of Pentacles. Pentacles. It's a minor arcana card, and the element of pentacle is earth. So it's dense, heavy, tangible. Everything that we can touch, that we can acquire, that we can collect, that we can accumulate. Pentacles. When you have three, numerology is 1 through 10, and when you start to get to 10 or double digits, you then take the two numbers and you add them to bring you down to one number. That's numerology. We're still in single digits with the 3. As we do this series and as we go farther along, I'll instruct or inform how to use numerology with the tarot. But right now we're with single digits of the 3. So there's the 1, there's 2 when you're bringing in someone else or something else or another opinion, and then there's 3. 3 is more collaborative. It's also when you start to ask questions because you've brought in that new thought from the something, someone, or something else in the 2. But now with the 3, you're starting to question and push limits, right? Push boundaries. This 3 of Pentacles is all about collaboration. So there's usually, this card is depicted as the 3 persons in this card are collaborating on the building of a structure, a solid structure. In this depiction, we're thinking it's a church, right? So there's always a master, and then the master that any boss or any higher up positional person should take reference to this card, because that one person in charge can't do it alone. They need the collaboration of others, not only through their minds, but through their skills, and all of that. So that's the only way that structures like this church is going to be built. Somebody has the idea for it, and then they find the people to help, right? And you take care of those people very well. So the inspiration of this card for the day is, what are you building? What are you focused on today that you want to accomplish? And it should be something that you can bring help in for, right? So say you want to clean the house because you have a big party this weekend or something. The kids get home from school, they're old enough, or maybe not, maybe they're little guys, toddlers, but put them to the task. Give one of them the dust buster, or not the dust buster, the that would be funny. The the puffy thing on the stick, and have them dust for you, right? And then you vacuum, or have the kids take out the trash. You know what I mean? Have helpers. That's all I'm saying. Whatever your task is, put other people on the job with you to make the load lighter, right? That's what this card is all about, collaborative. Be collaborative so that the task gets done and gets done successfully and satisfactorily. We're going to do that with our cooking too. So let's talk about breakfast and what this card would bring to the table at breakfast time. So I'm thinking omelets, right? You can build an omelet station. That's lots of fun. You have your eggs in a basket on the counter. You have cream or half and half or milk to mix in with the eggs, salt, pepper, and then an array of vegetables, obviously curtailed to what your family likes or what your friends or whoever you're making these omelets for. Have a few pans on the stove and have everybody make their own omelets, right? You have the vision, but they're going to be the workers to get it done. And while the omelet station is happening, have your bacon in the oven, have biscuits in the oven, whatever you want to serve with that. But it's a collaborative meal that everybody will like because they're adding their own flair to it. Omelets. So for lunch, same thing applies. I'm thinking sushi. Easy enough to do at home. If you have leftover rice, all the better. If not, just make some either a Boreo or a proper sushi rice on the stovetop. Season it, because you definitely need to do that. So if it's leftover rice, just heat it up in either the microwave or the toaster oven covered so it doesn't get crisp. And then you want to build the flavoring. So all it is sweet and sour. You can go over the top and add sake if you wish. But really the main ingredients is salt and sugar to your rice. And make sure the salt and sugar is evenly balanced. It's not too salty, it's not too sugary. From there, you're going to build your sushi. So you need your nori, you need the sushi rice, you need fish if you're going to use it, sushi grade, which has been frozen at least 3 days to get rid of pathogens. And you can do anything in there. You can even take eggs from the morning and fold those in. So sushi, it's a collaborative, really lovely meal. And yeah, it's a meal in itself, an art on the plate. So there you go. Lastly, for dinner, let's make homemade gnocchi, right? Gnocchi is a potato that you're going to steam, or I like to bake mine so they're not as full of moisture. They dry out in the oven. Scoop out the flesh, add flour, add salt, add a couple of eggs, and you make that into a dough, which you roll into a snake. You cut into little bits that are maybe that big. And if you wish to add flair, you can roll them on the tines of a fork to get those slashes in the gnocchi. From there, you boil them, right, until they float to the top. Add a minute. I always like to add a minute after they float to the top. And of course, taste them to make sure they're done. Strain them, and you can add them into soup or stew as is, or you can pan fry them to get them crisp on the outside. So that, right? So you've got your gnocchi. Now what are you going to do with it? Well, you can saute it with anything. You could saute it with onions and peppers. That's very simple, a little olive oil. You can throw in some leafy greens. You can make a sauce, right? You can even douse a jarred marinara over them and call it dinner. I mean, the idea is that you're collaborating with your family, friends, loved ones in making the gnocchi, because the task will go much quicker that way. And then you're building it into a meal that you can all enjoy. So that's the meal inspiration for the day. And all this from one card, right? You too can do this. If you're interested in the magazine, I'll put all of the pertinent information in the show notes. And lastly, I just want to say, nourish yourself. Nourish the people you love. And do it all through your kitchen witchery. See you tomorrow.